Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that one of our admin received, and the translation reads like this. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story as anonymous? So my story goes on like this. So I used to be in this other group. It was just a dating group. To tell you the truth, I went into that Zim dating group. Even though I am a South African, I was not participating. I was just in the background. So this dating group, it was on Facebook. But whenever I try to search for that group now, I cannot find it. The purpose of me being on Facebook on that dating group that is from Zim, it was because I was looking for someone who could assist me, because I was still in college and I was struggling to get by. My parents, they are like poor. I do come from a very poor family, even though when you look at me, you can think that I am someone that comes from a very rich family because of the way that I take care of myself. Currently, I am 29 years old. So it was in 2017 when I was still in college. That was when I met this guy. Like I told you, I was more like a ghost in that group, not participating, not doing anything, just looking at the pictures of the people that were saying that they were in need of partners. I was interested of men that were saying that they are from Zim but seemed to be well dressed and around Johannesburg. Those were the people that I would go to their inbox, hit them up, and then start to speak with them. And in 2017, I met the guy. I saw his picture. He was very handsome. He introduced himself to the group. He was from Zim, very handsome. And from the look of things, he seemed to be someone that was very wealthy, considering the clothes that he was wearing. And at the place where he had taken that picture, I immediately recognized that this man, he had taken this picture. He was in Sandton and he was close to this other very beautiful apartment. I went to his inbox and then I spoke with him and I said that I saw your picture. You seem to be very interesting. Can I get to know you? He said, thanks. Here are my numbers. But I did not want to be the one to start speaking with him on WhatsApp. And I said, how about you start talking to me? And he said, fine, give me your WhatsApp digits. So we then started talking on WhatsApp. I pretended as if I was not into him. This I did purposefully because I knew where I wanted to go with him. And then he told me that he wanted us to hook up. And I was like, yo, dude, you have the nerves. Here you are. You have started speaking with me. Already you are telling me that you want to hook up with me. I was heartbroken a little bit because I did not want a hookup. I was tired of those hookups. I just wanted someone who was going to be mine. He then said he is a man and he was telling me as it is because he did not want me to get hurt later on in the future. And I was like, what do you mean when you say later on in the future I am going to get hurt? He then told me that he had a wife, but the wife does not stay like always here in South Africa. So he was looking for a partner and he was open with me. He said that he is looking for a sex partner. So I said, okay, you are the one who has said that you want a sex partner. So I am going to punish you. How much are you going to give me on a monthly basis? The guy then told me the amount of money that he was going to give me. And I was like, wow, because even my parents, they had never given me so much money. As a matter of fact, no one that I had dated had ever even proposed to give me all of that money. All of that money, it was quite a lot. Immediately, I fell in love with him. I fell in love with all of the promises that he gave to me. For the first time in my life, I was able to get more than 10K in my account. I'm sure that even my bank was surprised when this money was deposited into my account, because all that I could afford was to get maybe 2K, 1K in my account, never more than 10K. So he deposited the money for me and he said that he was in a rush. There was a place where he wanted to go to. So in the meantime, he did not want me to cheat on him. That was why he had deposited all of that money. I said, what am I supposed to do with all of this money? He said, do as you please, my love. Go out there, show me how much you have spent so that I can give you more. And I was like, wow, You mean that all of this money, I am just going to spend it? And he said, like, yes, this is the money that I have given to you. You can spend it. This man, he was over the top. Within weeks, he had bought me an iPhone. He had taken me on a shopping spree. I had the receipts, my brother, and they amounted to more than 50K as I was sitting there. But money, when you are dating a man that is wealthy, you ignore the red flags. What am I saying? The red flags. The first time that I saw the red flags, it was because I did not pick up the call in time. When you are dating a guy from Zim, like, they become so possessive. They want to know what you are doing. Who are you with? He called me and he was like, why are you not picking up your call? So I was bored and I was moody, and I said, what do you think I was doing? This man maybe thought that I was sleeping with another boy. He drove to the place where he was renting for me. He took almost everything from me and he said, get out, get out. And he was holding me not in a nice way. That was the first red flag, that this man, he can be abusive sometime. But because of the money, I forgave him. We went out, he bought some nice gifts for me, and I said, it is fine, let us continue dating. Then there was this other time when he told me that he wanted to go with me to Rosebank, where he had his other buddy there. I arrived there and I saw that it was not only him. There were other guys and two more women that were there. These women, they were just like naked and they were dancing for those guys, and I said, I'm not going to do that. When he told me to follow what those girls were doing, and I said, I'm not going to strip myself naked in front of another man, yet I am dating you. Like usual, he became violent with me, and then I started crying. I thought that he was going to leave me since I was crying, but he said, remove your clothes, and he was calling me the B word, like I am someone who just want his money. Yet, honestly, I was in love with this man. So I stripped myself and I was panicking and crying, and I had to dance. And those guys, they were like, yo, she's very stiff. What else do you do with this stiff girl in bed? It really pained me a lot. And from there, that was when one of the guy took me. What I saw on his manhood, I can't even properly describe. There were bumps on the shaft of his manhood. And he said, do not worry, it is not an STI. I said, then what is it? Can you wear a condom at least? He said, no, if I wear a condom, then how am I going to make money? I said, what do you mean when you say you want to make money through me? He said, I thought that your man told you already. I was terrified. And after he had slept with me, that was when my boyfriend came and slept with me after that. Raw, no condom, no what. I asked him what was the meaning of this. He threatened me and he said, it is time to go. He then said, just pack your little handbag, let us go. He then gave me money, which I did not count on that night because of the pain and the heartbreak. When I counted it the next morning, it was 61K that he had given to me. He only said to me, if you tell anyone, your private part will rot and you will die slowly. So sometimes I feel so much pain in my stomach, like in my womb. Sometimes I feel like it is in my intestines, and I let out a lot of gas. When I am on my period, the blood that comes out, the way that it smells, it is like really smelly, so much that I move around with a small perfume bottle so as to spray myself constantly. So this man, he has since left South Africa. He has moved to the UK. He is still taking care of me. I even tried to reach out to a journalist once, thinking that maybe I can expose him, but somehow he knew about this, and this journalist stopped communicating with me and said that this story, it is too complicated and I do not want to get myself or my career in trouble because there is no evidence. You are just saying that this is what this guy did. But where is the evidence? Yet when I had spoken with him the first time, he said that, wow, this story, it is going to break it big. But then he started ignoring me. Here I am looking. I heard that a prophet, maybe if I can get a prophet, maybe he is the one who can assist me. I also want to warn other young ladies out there. It all started for me because I was unable to take care of myself when I was still in college. But from the look of things, when I look back, yes, it was very difficult. But being in college, it's not like you're going to be in college for the rest of your life. If only I had managed to get by, like what other girls were doing who did not sell their souls to bless us, I could be fine now. I can't even right now date a man. A man will always say, the way that your private part sometimes it lets out a smell. Don't you have an STI? In which I will know that it will be the beginning of the end. The relationship will just crumble to the ground. This man even tells me that you are not going to have sex until I come and have sex with you. I said, okay, when? How long am I supposed to wait for you? And he said that in his country, Zim, they can leave their wives even for 10 years and they can even return back home without their wives sleeping with anyone. So he said, you do not need to ask me, when am I coming back to you? Just wait for me. I am your cure. That is what he told me when I spoke with him. As for money, I am just sent money whenever I want him to give me money. He will say, speak with my accountant. Since he has a company that is already operating here, I speak with the guy and money is deposited into my account, so I am able to get by. He said, you are just clever for nothing. If you had a child with me, by now you could be rich already. And I told him, how else can I have a child with the way that I go on my periods, never-ending periods, with the way that my private part is smelly? Do you think that I will ever be able to give birth? He said, I told you that I am your cure. You need to trust me. So I am waiting for him. I don't know if I am stupid enough to wait for this guy. Dear listeners, right there was a translation of a message that was forwarded to me by one of our sister who helped us with this translation. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world.